Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a Thursday night, and we begin with those horrifying new details from that California home. 13 siblings allegedly held captive there by their parents. Tonight here, our first look at those parents, David and Louise Turpin, in court facing charges late today, pleading not guilty. And prosecutors with a new description of the gruesome conditions in which the siblings lived. Allegedly starved, shackled, beaten and tortured, and investigators say allowed to bathe just once a year. And tonight, the daughter who planned the escape, that plan in the works for 2 years. ABC's Matt Gutman leading us off.
Tonight, the man prosecutors portray as a monster is in chains. David and his wife Louise Turpin pleading not guilty, accused of a combined 75 counts of systematically torturing, abusing, and imprisoning their 13 children for decades.
This is depraved conduct.
Riverside County District Attorney Mike Hestron tonight revealing that for 2 years, the children plotted their escape from the horrors inflicted upon them.
This is severe, emotional, physical abuse. There's no way around that.
Hestron detailing decades of unimaginable punishment that intensified as the years went on.
They began to be tied up. First with ropes. One victim at one point was tied up and hog-tied. These defendants eventually began using chains and padlocks to chain up the victims to their beds.
The children allegedly tied or shackled for weeks or months at a time and starved. The deprivation so severe, the eldest daughter, aged 29, weighed just 82 pounds. And officials say their parents would taunt them.
They would buy food, including pies, apple pies, pumpkin pies, leave it on the counter, let the children look at it, but not eat the food.
Instead, the children were fed a steady diet of cruelty. These pictures show one of their Texas homes years ago. Grime smeared on the stairwells, human filth on the floors. The district attorney saying the children were allowed to bathe only once a year. Police are removing evidence from their California home, recovering hundreds of journals written by the children.
I think those journals are going to be strong evidence of what occurred in that home.
The family allegedly keeping vampire hours, and that may have aided the Turpins in keeping the 13 siblings in near complete isolation.
The children lack a basic knowledge of life. Many of the children didn't know what a police officer was.
And tonight we're learning that 17-year-old girl who called 911 didn't act alone.
She escaped through a window and took one of her siblings with her. That sibling eventually turned back, became frightened and turned back.
Now all of the children said to be, quote, relieved and in good hands.
This is also difficult to believe. Matt Gutman back with us from outside the courthouse tonight. And Matt, those children now getting much needed medical care, as you've been reporting here. But the DA did say today that they have suffered cognitive damage.
That's right, David, and because some of them have suffered that neurological damage from so many years of starvation, and because their isolation kept them so out of the world that many of them didn't even know what medicine was, the state may have to retain control of all 13 of those kids. And as they try to rebuild their lives, their parents face up to life in prison if convicted. David.
All right, Matt Gutman tonight. Matt, thanks.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.